All right, I believe it is day 28 in the trenches, and it's 11:46 p.m. And I think I'm gonna start changing up the tone of these videos, and I might start making them a little bit more vlog style. So I I reckon I'm gonna reintroduce the morning check-in, the midday check-in. If I run into any big problems, I'll check in there. But I don't know, guys, because the truth is that when you're facing big problems, and when you're someone like me, when I'm faced with a big problem, I don't want to put it off, and I don't want to put anything in front of it. And I find that, I don't want to put anything in front of it, and I don't want to put anything in between me and solving the problem, because I feel that's where the most stress comes from. I feel the most stress and anxiety comes from unsolved problems and from knowing you need to solve a problem and not solving it. I feel like that's where for me personally, that's where I've found the most stress is. And when you constantly drop yourself in the deep end, you are constantly faced with massive problems that urgently need solving, because I've never done this before. These clients I've taken on, I've never fulfilled this type of service before. I don't know what I'm doing. I am well and truly totally in the deep end, and I feel like I can't waste time, because if I do, it's not good. I can't just chill because there's this massive issue that needs solving. I actually can't just chill. I can't chill. I can't relax. I can't just watch some Instagram reels or watch some YouTube videos for 2 hours. I actually just can't do that, because I just stress out, because I've got these massive problems that I've created and they need to be solved one way or another. So I don't know, that's why I haven't been doing the daily check-ins in the morning and in the middle of the day, because usually throughout the day I just run into endless problems and they just instantly need solving. So it's a lot easier to to spend up all of my energy solving the problems, and then at the end of the day, when I don't have too much energy left for anything that really requires really requires my brain power, I'll decide to sit down and record this daily recap, because it in all honesty, it doesn't take too much effort, and it is a little bit long, but it doesn't take too much effort, so it's doable with a very low energy level. But yeah, I don't know, guys. Maybe that's me just making excuses for maybe that's just me being lazy. I'm not sure. I might try it out tomorrow, but yeah, I'm not sure. There's another thing is, guys, is that the lazy decision is always justifiable. You can always justify taking the lazy or the coward's decision. A coward can always justify their actions. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make completely logical sense to run into a burning house because there's a child inside. It doesn't make sense risking 2 lives to save 1. It doesn't make sense, but it's the brave choice. It's the brave thing to do. And it makes 100%. It makes sense not to run into a burning house and risk your own life. It makes perfect sense not to run into a house to save 2 lives. To save 1 life. To save 2 lives. Risk 1 life, save another life. I'm trying to do the maths, guys. Today was Monday. We spar on Mondays, and I've got to fight in 6 days now. So we were hard sparring, and I got punched really, really hard by one of my trainers, and he is the ex-Thailand champion, so he knows how to punch perfectly. And he hit me right here on my jaw, where my jaw connects to my neck. And if you don't know, anywhere on the jaw, that's the money spot. If you want to knock someone out, punch them somewhere in the jaw. And if for some reason their mouth is loose, if their jaw isn't strong, they're going to get knocked out. That's why, guys, if you're ever fighting and you notice yourself getting tired, please, for fuck's sake, just close your mouth. Because if your mouth is open, you're going to get knocked out. So if you're going to get knocked out. That's why a lot of people get knocked out when they gas out. Anyway, but yeah, I just got punched really hard in the neck. So in the jaw. So if I can't do maths, I was hard sparring this afternoon, and I am quite frankly destroyed. I am so tired. So anyway, it doesn't make perfect sense to risk 2 lives to save one, it does make sense to accept that this one person might die, but at least you're saving everyone else's life. It does make sense. That is 100% justifiable. Why would I run into the burning house? Oh, why didn't you run into the burning house? Oh, because, I could run in there and, a big flaming piece of wood could fall on me and then I could die and then also the other person would die, but it just doesn't make sense risking my life too because, what if I go in there and that other person's already dead and now I'm stuck in a burning house and I might inhale too much smoke and I might pass out in the house and burn to death? It just doesn't make sense. Yes, all of that is true, but it's the coward's decision. It is a cowardice, like that choice is motivated by cowardice because it's a selfish choice. And as a man, you have to be selfless. Selfish at times, but most of the time when it comes to being like, I kind of think that what it means to be a good man is to be selfless in many ways, is to work really hard so that you can provide for everyone, is to train really hard so that you can be strong and reliable and people can feel safe around you. It's a selfish act to spend time on my business and time away from my family, but it's selfless in a way that is tenfold. Yes, I might not be spending time with them, but the time that I can spend with them in the future is going to be so much of higher quality. And, I really aim to eliminate a lot of the stresses in my family's lives. So, in a way, my selfishness it's not entirely selfish. It's selfish in the moment, but it's selfless in the long run. So, I guess that's kind of what it means to be a good man. But anyway, guys, the coward's decision is always justifiable. So maybe me saying that doing the daily, like the morning check-ins and the midday check-ins, maybe me saying that that's too much is me just being lazy and it's me just trying to justify it with perfectly logical reasons why I shouldn't do it. But I don't know, maybe I'm just being lazy. I'm going to take a step back and I'm going to actually think about, value for you guys because I've gotten, I think, like 2 or 3 comments saying, well done, bro, keep going. Yeah, like good stuff, keep going. And it's pretty cool because I hear that a lot in my life when, people kind of find out what I do and kind of how I am living my life. People are like, oh, well done, bro. That's really good. You're only 18 and you're getting after it. Well done. That's cool. But for strangers to say that in a YouTube comment section, because they just happen to stumble across my video and they just happen to watch enough of my video to, not think I'm some arrogant teen. It's pretty cool. So I reckon I'm going to step back and think about value for you guys and then also value for my future audience because guys, I have massive plans and I have no doubt that my name will be known. So for that reason, I want to make sure that, I make my content as transparent as possible now so that in the future, when people look back at my old videos, they can look and they can see what it took for me to become the person that they are seeing in the future. Because that's the purpose of these videos. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go away and I'm going to think about that. And honestly, I just kind of sold myself. I just sold myself on the spot there. So I will be recording a morning check-in video tomorrow. I've decided that just now, about half a second ago. I will be recording a morning check-in video. I'm not sure if I'll do a midday check-in, but definitely a morning check-in. Just kind of letting you guys know these are my daily objectives. But yeah, I'll speak to you all in the morning. As I said yesterday in yesterday's video, I want to have my daily checklist done before 12 a.m. every single night because I need to have my sleep dialed in because I am fighting on the weekend. So I need to make sure that I am in good condition. And it is 11:54 p.m. right now. This is the first take of this video. This is the first recording of this video. And it's about 9 minutes. I think I'll talk for another minute just to get it over to the 10-minute mark. But yeah, I'll just loop back to what I just said about, providing you guys value. I think I'm going to make this channel a bit more transparent and a bit more personal because when I'm talking to individual people, I'm empathetic, but I'm very much... Most people just make up endless excuses and their life is just like, their sentences is just like riddled with hard cope. A lot of people, they say they want big things, and I guess that kind of pisses me off as, a functional human and someone with a very, very, very pragmatic mindset and a very pragmatic brain. I look at their words and their actions do not match up with what they say. So that just kind of pisses me off. And the truth is that I despise a lot of people because of, I just feel lied to by most people because they say that, oh yeah, I want to do this, I want to do that. I see it all the time in training where people show up, oh, I want to be a fighter, oh yeah, I'll do a Muay Thai, or you hear someone, oh, what do you do, bro? I say, oh, I'm a fighter, and they go, oh yeah, what do you fight? What do you do? And I go, oh, I do Muay Thai. Oh yeah, I did Muay Thai. Yeah, Muay Thai's cool. Yeah, Muay Thai's sick. Oh yeah, how long did you do it for? They did it for like 3 weeks, and it's like, it annoys me. So, in the real world, I am a very quiet person because I like to keep to myself. I like to keep to myself because most of the time I'm thinking either this person's lying, this person's just talking shit about some pointless stuff, like what's happening in the media, what's the latest news stories, celebrity drama, or they're just straight up talking shit, like just, gossiping. I feel like that's just what I hear a lot of. So I'm a very quiet person, when I'm around people. But when I come onto here and record these videos, I don't really have an audience at the moment. I don't have, a lot of, I think I've got one person who watches all my videos, and that guy I speak to inside of some of my networks. So Tyreek, what's happening? I think he's the only person that consistently watches my videos. But other than that, I don't really have an audience. So I think I will have an audience in the future. I have no doubt about that. And I guess kind of, with my pragmatic brain, if I'm so smart, it kind of makes sense to start building that audience now, because if I want an audience in the future, I can't just click my fingers and all of a sudden I'm famous. That's not how it works. You got to build an audience over time. So I may as well start building that audience now via being a bit more authentic and a bit more personal, and just kind of being a bit more of myself, because I'm quite offensive when I'm talking to people. I'm offensive and I am quite offensive I try and protect my mind, because most people are just full of negativity and it's really terrible. And with that said, I'm not a terrible person to be around. I try and inject as much positivity and as much happiness into each conversation as I possibly can, because I am cognitive enough to know that people live shit lives. And if I can make someone smile, that just lets me know that, I'm doing my job, because overall, guys, I want to leave a positive impact on the world. And, so I'm a very positive person. I might be thinking in my head, this guy's most likely a dickhead and I'm most likely wasting my energy. But, if it makes him smile, then, or if it makes her smile, then sure, I'm willing to spend, 3-4 minutes of my time, giving this person a genuine compliment. If I notice someone, a lot with, people I see often, like the checkout ladies and, like receptionist ladies that I often see at, like, I don't know, the bank for say. I was there this morning, and one of the ladies, she had her hair done nice, and she doesn't usually have her hair done nice. And I said, oh, you got your hair done, blah, blah, blah. And it was like the start of the day. It was like 9:30 in the morning. So, her day's just started, and she lit up when she realized that, someone noticed that her hair's done, which is something that's really small, but, she does it for good impressions. And then for her to get a good, genuine impression, I was like, oh, did you do your hair this morning? It looks good. And she was like, oh, yeah, I did. Yeah. And, she lit up, and it made me feel really good. It was a good way to start my day, because I was just putting in a very small amount of money into my bank account, because I'm saving up for a car at the moment. I put a very small amount of money into my bank account, but I also put a smile on her face. So, I go around trying to inject as much positivity into the world as I possibly can, because most people live quite negative existences, which is pretty sad. And honestly, I just don't think people have the tools. But they do have the tools, but they just don't have the drive or the self-belief or the self-esteem to believe that they can do it. Most people want big things, but they just don't believe they can do it, so they don't try. And the truth is, guys, I've explained this concept before. If you don't believe you can do something, you are never going to put in enough effort to achieve that thing. So, and I guess that's why most people say, oh, I want to be a fighter. And then as soon as it starts getting hard, they just quit, because they don't believe that they have what it takes. And it's quite sad, but I guess that's just their problem, and I guess that's my objective by being authentic and transparent with you guys is, I'm trying to make you guys realize that I'm just some 18-year-old kid. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I am sleepwalking. I am blindfolded. I am completely in the deep end. I don't know what I'm doing, but if it gives you guys more belief And if by me saying, listen, I'm confused as fuck and I'm still figuring it out, I say that because I want you guys to believe that you can do it too. And I want to really just show you that it's not easy for those who make it. They're not, like, we're not special. The people who actually try, we're not special. We're not special. We're just either super desperate or super motivated. But most of the time, guys, honestly, it's because we're super desperate. Most businesses, I think it was Eman Gadji who said it. He said that, businesses are either started from a place of desperation or motivation. And the truth is that most businesses and most business owners start their businesses out of desperation. It's not often, like, maybe if someone's already got, some money and they've already had successful business ventures, then they'll start out of motivation. But most of the time when most people are starting, they're starting out of desperation. So that's it. That's the case for me. I need money. So but not in like, I need some money, bro, so I can go to the pub on the weekend and buy beers. No, I need money so that I can have a car, so that I can stop asking, my friends for lifts, and I can stop asking my parents for lifts, and calling up my older brother for a lift, so I can stop being a burden on, I don't want to be a burden on the people who I care about. So, most businesses are started from a state of desperation, and I can't really remember what I was talking about beforehand because I've got punched in the face loads tonight. But yeah, I guess my objective by making this series more transparent and a bit more personal is to boost belief in you guys, that you guys can do it too. Listen, I am not far ahead. Go back and watch my trench mode videos. Watch what I did every single day to get to this point, which is working on a project. And I've been paid so far. I've been paid $300 out of $1,500. So yeah, just that's my objective with these videos, is to create belief. And that's why I press record on my camera anyway. That's why I press record in the first place. And guys, I am aware that I have gone over time. And today I have failed my objective of, I think I've failed my entire daily checklist. I failed my entire daily checklist because I was recording this video, but I still got it out anyway, so I know the truth of the situation. But it is 12:03. But yeah, I guess the reason why I make these videos and the reason why I'm willing to forget about my daily checklist and just keep on talking is because, I want to boost belief in you guys, because I believe that everyone has it in them. Everyone has it in them to make a change and to make a positive impact and to become who they truly want to be, who they want to be but may not believe that they can be. People want things, but they just don't believe that they can. They just don't believe they can actually do it. So that's the only reason why I press record on these videos. That's the only reason why I'm thinking about, why I am going to make these series a bit more informative and a bit more transparent. It's to boost belief, and it also motivates me to keep going, because I don't really like the word motivation because it's cheap and it's temporary, but it does motivate me to get more things done so that I can let you guys know that, hey, I got this finished by this day, day 28 in the trenches, and I've almost finished the deal. I've almost finished my first project. I planned on landing it. I plan on launching it this week, in return for the full payment. I want to hit these things so that I can let you guys know. So it is motivating for me to work harder so that when I do pick up the camera, I have more impressive things to tell you guys. But yeah, that's just the drive behind why I started making these videos in the first place, and why I'm going to continue making these videos for a very long time, is because of the comments that I get. That is, people saying, keep going, bro. You're doing well. Good stuff. Keep it up. Those comments make me happy, because another human who I don't know who this person is and I don't know where they are, but they've seen my video and they've clicked on it and they've thought to themselves, oh yeah, this kid's doing good things, yeah. And then they've thought, okay, and they've taken themselves to their keyboard and they've typed in a positive message and then posted it on my video with 7 views and 0 likes and 0 comments. They've interacted with me out of a place of belief, like, oh yeah, you're doing good, bro, keep going. They believe in me. because of the videos that I've put out. So it's extremely motivating for me to see positive feedback, as it is to see negative feedback. But wow, this is a long video. I think this is the longest video I've ever put out. But anyway, you guys know that, you now know the true motivation behind why I make these videos, and it's to document my journey and to, I've said this from the start, is to document my journey, and so that you guys can build up your belief and see that, it is possible. It is possible. It's hard, but it's not far. It's not easy, but it is not far. So anyway, guys, this video is very, very long. I said I was going to stop talking 10 minutes ago, but here I am. And I'll speak to you all in the morning.